Good morning and I welcome you students. देखो कि बहुत interesting and very good topic we have on the board today, electricity. I hope you are aware of the electricity, and if not, you are aware of the uses and applications of the electricity. What happens? You switch on at your home, electric bulb is on, tube lights are on, your laptop is working, my laptop is working, all the electrical appliances at my home are working. How? We are saying there is a electricity. So in our modern society, electricity is the most important, convenient and controllable form of energy. What is electricity? After all, it is energy which we are using, and it can be controlled. You can switch off, you can switch on anytime you want, and you can run all the appliances at your home by using electricity, like refrigerator, TV, your grinders, mixers, washing machines, everything, laptops, everything is working. How? There is electricity inside your homes. Am I right? Yes or no? You can be with me, students. Be with me. You can participate with me. If you have any difficulty, you can ask me any question. This is a live interaction class. You can participate, you can ask question, and if you don't understand anything, you can stop me. No problem. So students, we are aware of the uses, applications of electricity. In fact, without electricity, the life will be so miserable now. I won't be able to communicate with you. I won't be able to teach you. I am taking online class. And the question is, what is electricity, students? What is electricity? How it was discovered? By now, we know that electricity is movement of electrons. What I'm saying, you know that the atom, every matter is made up of atoms which are the small particles. Now inside the atoms, we already know, we have told you that atoms are having three important particles inside them. What are those three particles inside the atoms? You have protons, you have neutrons, and you have electrons. Okay? These are the subatomic particles which are present inside the atom. Protons, positively charged particles, neutrons are neutral particles, and electrons are negatively charged particles. And where they are present, here is a picture. What we are saying, everything is made up of atoms. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me. Is it correct that the matter is made up of very, very tiny particles, which we call as atoms? And atoms are made up of even smaller particles. And here is a model of the atom, which we have shown you in this picture. You have a nucleus. In the nucleus, we have protons and neutrons. They are held by very strong forces, which we call as nuclear forces. And then we are saying there are electrons, which you have studied in Bohr, orbit theory, Bohr's theory, that electrons are moving at very high speed in certain orbits outside the nucleus. So here we have shown the shells in which the electrons are orbiting around the nucleus. Is my K shell, L shell, and so on. So you can see two electrons moving at a very high speed in the first shell, and then there are more electrons in the outermost shell. So here we have a model of the atom before us, students, that you have two types of charged particles inside the nucleus. One is proton and other is electron. So the charged particles are present inside the atom. What we are saying, inside the atom you have charged particles, but atom is neutral as a whole. You know, charge particles are present in the atom, but atom is neutral. How atom will become neutral, students? If the number of positively charged particles becomes equal to number of negatively charged particles, then the atom will become equal. So we are saying number of positively charged particles, number of positively charged particles, number of positively charged particles is equal to number of negatively charged particles. If they carry equal and opposite charge, number of negatively charged particles in a neutral atom, what will happen? Then the whole atom will behave as a neutral. But important point to notice, students, that these electrons which are present in the outermost shell of an atom, these electrons are loose. These electrons are loose, and they are not attracted by very strong force by the nucleus. Nucleus has a positively charged particles which are attracting the negatively charged particles. These electrons which are in the inner shell, they are more strongly attracted, but those electrons which are going away from the nucleus, which we call as electrons in the outermost shell, they are having weaker force of attraction with the nucleus. And these electrons can be pushed away out of these orbits, or they can shift from one atom to other atom. They can shift from one atom to other atom. So if electrons will be shifting from one atom to other atom, what will happen? What will happen? There will be charges which will be produced. The atoms will no longer be neutral, students. The atoms, if it loses electrons, it will become positively charged, and the atom which gains electron will become negatively charged. In other words, what we are saying, that these are the electrons which are very easy to be removed, not the protons, because protons are held inside the nucleus by strong nuclear forces. What I am trying to say, you have seen that how the electricity was discovered. This is a comb made up of plastic. If I rub this on my hair, what happens, students? You know what is happening? The electrons from my hair, what is happening? There is a loss of electrons from the hair, students, to the comb. What will be the result of that? The comb will become rich in electrons or negatively charged, and the hairs will become positively charged. So what we have done by rubbing this process, by rubbing this, we have been able to shift electrons from here to the comb, and comb is becoming negatively charged. There are charges, and you have seen that when rub, and then it becomes negatively charged. What happens if I have a piece of paper, small piece of paper, student? Then what happens? Then this can stick. This can attract the paper. The piece of small paper can be attracted by this. So what I'm trying to tell you, that atom has got charges, and the charge which can be transferred, which can move from one atom to other atom by rubbing or by some other process, is electrons. So these electrons are charged particles, and we are saying the movement of electrons between the atoms is what creates electricity. So what is the basis of electricity? Where it is coming from? There has to be some charged particles which will be there, and when the charged particles will shift, or the motion of charged particles will take place, there will be electricity. Tell me, is it clear what we are saying? Nucleus, electrons, and if these electrons are transferred, the electrons from outer most orbit, they are loose and held by weaker forces of attraction, and they can be pushed out of the orbits. They can be pushed out of orbits, students, or in other words, they are transferred. Okay? So what will be the result of that? The shifting of electrons will create charges, and this is what will also create what we are saying electricity. And the example which I showed you just now was an example of static electricity. Static electricity means, what do you mean by static? And one is static and other is dynamic. Dynamic is moving. Static means those charges which are not moving. No, these charges are not moving, but they are static. So it is creating an electricity. It is creating an electricity. You have many examples of the static electricity. Many examples are there, which we are going to give you. Note down, students, each and every point, each and every line very clearly. Try to understand where the electricity is coming from. So much application is there. We are using this, the introductory lecture on electricity. So in this chapter, we will be talking of what is electricity, what is electric current, what is electric circuit, what is electric circuit, students. First, understand that these are the electrons which are loose in the outer orbits, and they can be pushed away out of the orbits, and this generates an electricity, as we have shown the combing of our hairs. Let us move further, students. Static electricity, what I just told you, static electricity exists in nature. Any examples of the static electricity, student? Just now we have shown that electrons can be pushed away, from outer orbits, from one atom to another atom. So what will this happen? Then electrons are moving from here to here. This will become a negatively charged, and this will become positively charged. And this is what we say static electricity has been produced. You have seen lightning. Did you see lightning? Tell me. When heavy thunderstorms, rains, clouds, what is happening? Clouds have got charges, students. Clouds have got charges. And what happens? When opposite charged clouds collide with each other, what will happen? You will see lightning. And you have seen that lightning is आपने सुना है कि बिजली गिर गई और गांव में कई लोग मर गए. Have you heard about it? There are many cases of that in our country, where some electricity, lightning takes place, electricity falls, and a lot of people die. So you have experienced lightning. Have you ever felt a shock when you touched an object? Have you experienced, sometimes you are coming out of your car and all of a sudden you get a shock? कभी आपको मिला है शॉक ऐसा? बताइए मुझे. एक्सपीरियंस किया है आपने? Have you experienced इलेक्ट्रिक शॉक? कोई मेटल की प्लेट को कभी टच करते हैं, ऐसा लगता है कि शॉक सा लगा. ये क्या चीज है?
Yes, sir.
These are, be with me, try to understand. These are examples of the static electricity because of the charge transfer which takes place. So a stream of electron jump to you from that object. What has happened? That the stream of electron jumped from that object as soon as you touch it, and immediately you experience an electric shock. So these are some of the examples. एक balloon है. You rub your balloon, you see, on a wool something, and it sticks on the wall. Ebonite rod, you rub it with a fur and small pieces of paper, it sticks. These are examples of static electricity in which there is electrons which are jumping from one object to the other object. So is it clear that these are the charges which are the cause of the electricity? And which charge particle I am talking of? Electrons. As electrons go from one object to other object, that object becomes negatively charged. So this was example of static electricity. It is not in motion. These charges are not moving, students. They are not in motion. So we understand. Okay. Let us see some more information. What I am trying to say now, introductory lecture on electricity, try to understand. Student, electricity is a phenomena associated with stationary or moving electric charges. Electric charge is stationary, just as static electricity we have told just now. Electric charge is a fundamental property of matter and is borne by elementary particles. Just as student, mass is a fundamental property, electric charge is also a fundamental property of every matter has charges. There is no matter without charges. If there are atoms, there will be charges. And we are saying every matter is made up of atoms. So it's a fundamental matter property of the matter. In electricity, particle involved is electron. It is clear that which particle is involved in the electricity. It is not the proton, it is the electron. Clear? Which carries a charge designated by convention. By convention, what we say that electron is negatively charged. This is a convention which we have used, negatively charged particle. Thus, the various manifestations are the result of accumulation or motion of the electron. Either these electrons are accumulating at some point, at some object, accumulated, or electrons are in motion. When electrons are in motion, what will happen? They will start moving. And when electrons are moving, that is what we say, they constitute an electric current. Inside your home, there is electrical wires, yes or no? You have electrical wires. They are made up of copper, insulated copper wires. You have seen is a complete circuit in your homes. So what is happening? You are saying electrons are moving inside those conductors. Copper is a good conductor of electricity. You are saying electrons move inside the copper wire and then you get electric current. How they move, then we are going to see why should they move, how they move. So electricity is one of the finest inventions in our life, students. There are two main types of electricity. We told you: static, generated by rubbing two or more objects, causing to build up friction. Current electricity generated by flow of electric charge through a conductor across electric. So one is a static electricity. We have, when we rubbing of two objects, you have rubbing of two objects. Just as I was rubbing this plastic comb on my hair, this big comb has become charged, negative, hair has become positively charged. There is a shift of electrons from hair to the comb. So this is one example, static. And the current electricity which you are using at home, what you are using, current electricity. You are saying there is a current which is flowing in the wires at my home. That is a current electricity. It is a flow of electrical charge through a conductor. So there is a wire. What is this wire? You have a copper wire. Copper wire. So you are saying electrons are moving, electrons are flowing inside the copper wire, negatively charged particles, electrons. So we say copper wire is a conductor. So electrons start moving, and this motion of the electron charged particles is what we call as a current. Current. What do you mean by current, students? Current of air. You say air is flowing from higher to lower pressure. Current is, air is moving. When air is moving, what is current of air? Water is moving. Water is moving in a river. Water is moving. What it means? Water is moving. When the pressure of water is higher, it moves from higher pressure to lower pressure. It is flowing. Water is flowing. So it is moving. That is the current of water. Current of air is there. Current of wire. And current of electricity. Current of electricity means that electrons are moving. The charges are moving. In a metal or a conductor, what is moving? Electrons are moving. Electrons are moving. Is it clear by now? What we are trying to tell you, that electricity is created. The current is created. Current of electricity is created by the motion of electrons. An electron is a charged particle, which we are saying it is a negatively charged particles. And probably you will see that the charge carried by one electron, charge of one electron, students, note down everything, is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Coulomb is a SI unit of charge. Is it clear by now what we are talking? Then I proceed further, students. Okay. Now coming to the important points, that what is electric current? What is electric current, student? Question we just told you. Electric current. Current means there is a motion of charge particles. When charge particles will move, it will create an electric current. When air moves, you are saying it's an air current. When water moves, you are saying it's a water current according to that. So electric current, how will we define electric current? It is a rate of flow of electric charge or amount of charge flowing through a particular area in a unit time. So the symbol of electric current is, students, electric current I am representing by I. I is a symbol of electric current. That means, how will I define current? I know electricity is a result of flow of electrons, but what is the rate of flow of charge or rate of flow of electrons? So the electron is a charge particle. Electron has a charge. The charge is flowing. So electric current is nothing but the rate of flow of the charge. Rate of flow of charge. What do you mean by rate of flow of charge, student? Rate means the charge which flows per unit time through a particular area. So electric current is the flow of negatively charged called electrons. These flow from negative terminal of the battery to the positive terminal. What is the, if rate, what do you mean by rate? Rate is the charge per unit time. How much charge is flowing per unit time? That will be my electric current. If I say, if Q is the net charge, if Q is a net charge which flows across any cross section of a conductor. What is a conductor? Which allows the electrons to flow through it. Conductors means electrons can easily flow through it. If Q is the net or total charge and time t, and t is the time. So in time t, Q is a net charge which flows across a cross section of a conductor. Then what will be the current? I. Rate. What will be the rate of flow of charge? Q by T. Am I clear? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Current is equal to the total charge per unit time across a cross section. So how much charge is flowing in 1 unit time? That will be my definition of the electric current. Because in a conductor, the particle which is moving is electrons. So we can say if net charge is Q, it flows across any cross section of a conductor in time t, then current I is equal to Q by T. And what is the SI unit of electric charge is Coulomb. What is the SI unit of time, students? What is the SI unit of time? Seconds. How do you represent seconds? Then what will be the SI unit of I? That will be Coulomb. Coulombs divided by seconds. That we say Coulomb per second. So Coulomb per second is called ampere, represented by A. Note down this, note down this. Important formula which will be used in solving many numerical students. Note down, the SI unit of electric charge is Coulomb. And for current, it will be amperes. Note down, then we proceed further, students. How do we transmit electric current, student? How do we transmit electric current? Have you You know, have you used a torch? Tell me, torch आपने use की है? तो torch में what do you do in a torch? You put some cells in the torch. आप torch में cell डालते हैं और फिर switch on करते हैं. Have a cell in the torch, switch it on, bulb lights up. If you switch off, the bulb doesn't light off. So that means there is some circuit, student. There is some circuit which is involved. Circuit is open, then switch off. Circuit close, switch on. When switch is on, circuit is closed, the electric bulb lights. Am I right? Yes or no? That means what the cells are doing, they are giving electrical energy. They are giving electrical energy, students. So when we are putting cells, they are giving electrical energy and the bulb lights up when the circuit is complete. So there is an electric current in the conductor. In the torch, cells for a battery, when you place them in proper, what happens? There is a flow of charges and electric current through the torch of the bulb to glow. When switch is on, the bulb lights up. When switch is off, bulb is not lighting up. Therefore, there is important point to note down what we are trying to say. Here is a picture of that, student. Come to this point. What is a cell, student? What is a cell? For example, if I say this is my cell, student. You know, cell has got two terminals. What is that? One is positive, other is negative. Tell me yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And battery means, how do I represent the cell like this? This is called positive, this is called negative. Smaller line is negative, bigger line is positive. This is one cell. If I have another cell, when I join these two, what happens, student? When I join two cells, it becomes battery. What is a battery? Battery means you have two or more than two cells joined together. One cell, this is one cell, this is another cell, these are two cells. You can join three cells, four cells, depending on how much power you need. So battery is nothing. When these cells are connected in series, as we have shown here, you will get a battery. So there will be one positive terminal and one negative terminal. Now here we have shown this. Can you see this diagram, students? Positive terminal and negative. And this is an electric bulb. We will tell you what are the symbols of electric bulbs very soon when I represent something like this. So this is a bulb, student. What is this? Bulb. And positive terminal and negative terminal. You can see there are two terminals of the bulb. Two terminals of the bulb. One is connected to the positive, other is connected to the negative. What are these, students? These are wires, which are nothing but conductors. Wires, what are wires? Conductors? Yes or no? Conductor just like copper wires. You have just seen copper wire. Copper is a good conductor. And it has an insulated coating on that top of it. You know about it. So these are our copper wires. And what is happening? This is a switch. This is a switch, student. So when switch can be on or off. Switch can be, if I open it, then this complete is called what we call this electric circuit. What is this, student? What I have shown here? What I have shown, student, is an electric circuit. So how you will make electric circuit, student? What you are using? Battery. This is my battery B. Battery. Then you have conducting wires. What do you have? Conducting wires. For example, copper wires I am using. Copper wires. These are the copper wires, student. Wires. Okay. I am using. This is Cu copper wires. Cu for copper. And then you have a switch. This is my switch, student. It can be, this is open. and this is switch closed. Okay, this is off, this is on, open, and this is closed. When switch will be closed, circuit will be completed. And then what else we have in a circuit? What is the next thing in a circuit, student? You have a bulb. So what will happen, student? Then again, battery has two terminals, positive and negative. So one terminal is joined to the one end of the bulb, as you can say, bulb has two terminals, and other joint negative is joined here. Now, students, the same circuit, what happens when I close the switch? When I close the switch, what will happen? Tell me what will happen if I close the switch?
The bulb will glow.
Bulb will glow on. So I switch on. Bulb glow. Because the circuit is complete, then why the bulb glows? Electrons will move. Where the electrons are coming from? You know, electrons are coming from negative terminal. Okay, negative terminal. This is showing that the electrons, what happens is a battery applies a pressure. There are already electrons in the metal. Copper already has electrons in the valence or outermost shell. Electrons start moving from that as soon as you apply a electric potential, as soon as you attach a battery. So electrons are moving from negative to, this is my electrons. These are my electrons. Please check the diagram, student. They are moving from negative to positive electrons. Electrons are moving from negative to positive, but that direction of the current by convention, students, direction of current is opposite to direction of current. I is opposite to direction of the motion of electrons. Okay, so the current will flow from positive to negative. Current flows from positive terminal to negative. Current flows from positive to negative. Clear? Electrons flow from negative to positive. These are electrons. They flow from negative to positive. Is it clear? That we call as electronic current. Is it clear? So what we are showing, student, now how do we show this by an electric circuit? How to represent an electric circuit, students? Here is a diagram which we show. The same I am showing by this. What is this? Tell me. Positive, negative. What is this in this circuit? Tell me. Battery. Is it clear? How to draw an electric circuit? Draw an electric circuit. How to draw an electric circuit? How to draw an electric circuit? Here I am showing this. What is this? Battery? Yes or no? Tell me. Positive and negative.
Yes, sir.
Battery. So you can say positive and negative. This, what is this? These are the conductors, electric wires, conducting wires, mainly copper wires. Conducting wires, this one. What is this? Key. This is our key, student. That is our switch. What is key? Key is our switch. It can be on or off. Clear? Now here, what is the symbol this represent? Tell me, what is this? The symbol for bulb. This is my electric bulb, is represented like this. Symbol of electric bulb. Now the we are saying the current direction by convention is from positive to negative. This is the direction of the current. See the direction of the current. Now, what is this A? Student, what is A? This is called ammeter. This is a device which is used to measure, the electric current. Measure electric current, student. How will you measure the electric current? How will you measure the electric current, student? By a device which we call as ammeter. This device you have seen, ammeter. This is our ammeter. It also has a positive and negative, you can see. And it is connected in series, always connected in series. Note down, all these points are very, very important, student. Here I have shown you what is an electric circuit. I first told you what is electricity. Then we told you what is electric current. Electric current is the flow of the electrons in a circuit. And when electrons flow, what is the convention? The current direction is opposite to the direction of the flow of electrons. So currents are flowing from positive terminal to negative. Then we have shown you when we have an electric circuit, what it is, there will be a battery, there will be a switch, there will be conducting wires and your electric bulb. We can have switch on or switch off. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? I'm again reading it very slowly. Electric circuit is the path for transmitting electric current. Electric circuit includes a device that gives energy to the charged particles constituting the current. What a device is giving energy? Battery. Battery applies an electric potential. It gives energy for the electron to move. There are electrons in this wire, student. This is a conducting wire. There are electrons, but these electrons are not moving. I have to apply a pressure, electric potential, so that electrons move from negative to positive. Negative terminal, negative electrons towards the positive. So electric potential has to be applied, such as battery or a generator. Devices that use current are, what are the devices that use current? Here we have shown lamps, electric motors or computers, and connecting wires or connecting wires will also use this electrical energy. Bulb will light up by using electrical energy. And this is a diagram, student. And ammeter, what is ammeter? Ammeter is a device which is used to measure electric current. What is the SI unit of electric current? Amperes. Note down this circuit, then we proceed further. Here is a diagram of electric circuit, students. All right. Here is a top question on what we have said, students. What he says, question number 1 on the screen. A current of 0.5 ampere is drawn by a filament of electric bulb for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes. Electric bulb, you know, we have shown electric bulb like this, students. This bulb has a filament. We'll tell you what wire it is made up of. It's a wire which has very high melting point, and as soon as the electric current flows, it gets hot, and then it emits light. It emits light energy. So this is a filament. What is a current of 5.5 ampere? What is the current? 0.5 ampere is drawn by a filament of electric bulb. This is a bulb for 10 minutes. What is the time? 10 minutes. Find the amount of electric charge. He is saying how much electric charge flows through the circuit. How much? Circuit, we have just shown you the circuit scene. So here is a bulb. These are the wires. This is our battery. This is the instrument, ammeter device, which will measure the electric current. The electric current here, it shows 0.5 amperes. and the time for which it is passed is 10 minutes, student. Now the question is, how much charge is there? What is the formula which we have told you? What is electric current? I is equal to Q by T.
Q upon T.
Then what will be Q? I into T, student. But 10 minutes, it is not the SI unit. Then how will I convert them into seconds? 600 seconds. So what is the charge then, students? I is 0.5 ampere. 1 ampere we have told you is coulombs per second. 0.5 ampere means 0.5 coulomb per second. So this is the value of the current. Q is equal to I into T. What is the time? 600 seconds. Second cancels. What is the answer coming? Multiply. How much?
100.
0.5 by 10. 10 and 10 cancel. 60. 60 into 5 will be how much, student? 300 coulombs. So the charge which is used here, when 0.5 ampere of current is drawn by a filament of the bulb for 10 minutes, how much coulombs of charge is used? 300 coulombs have been used. 300 coulombs have been used, student. Do you know what is the charge of one electron? Question number 2, if I put here, student. How many electrons have been used? How many electrons used for 300 coulombs? You know, electrons are the charged particles. This is important. How do I answer? The charge of one electron, charge carried by one electron is, students, 1.6 into 10 minus 19 coulombs. Charge of one electron. Then 1 coulomb has how many electrons? 1 coulomb is equal to 1 by 1.6 into 10 minus 19 electrons, students. How much it will come? 10 power 19 by 1.6. Or I put 10 by 1.6 into 10 power 18 electrons. Can you find the value of this? 10 by 1.6, how much it is? Ten by 1.6 will be how much? 2, 5 on that. 1.5, some 6 point something. Around 6 into 10 power 18. Something like that. Around, I'm saying approximately 6 into 10 power 18 electrons. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Around.
Yes.
So then how many
Around
electrons
6.
will be there for 300 coulomb? That is 1 coulomb. That is 1 coulomb will have so many electrons. Then 300 coulomb will have, student, how many? 300 into 6 into 10 power 18 electrons will flow. So you can see how many are there. 6 into 3 is 18. 18 into 10 power 20 electrons. So how many electrons are used up here? Such a large number of electrons. See, 10 power 20 into 18 electrons. They will flow into the bulb, students, when it flow for when you have 0.5 ampere for 10 minutes. Note down everything, student. Important questions. Some of the top questions, student, are on the screen now. What does an electric circuit mean? What does an electric circuit mean, student? What do you mean by electric circuit? We have just explained to you. That electric circuit is the path. What we told you just now, students. Electric circuit is path for transmitting electric current. Electric circuit. Electric circuit is path for transmitting
Electric current.
electric current. And what are the components which you need
It
for this? What do you need?
comprises of a cell, electric bulb, ammeter, and a plug.
Very
plate.
good. You need battery. Components required. What do you need? Battery, student. Then you have key or switch. Then you have conducting wires. Then you have
Ammeter.
electric bulb, and then you have ammeter. Very good answer given by you. Thank you very much, students. That means you understood. Question number 2, define the unit of current. What are the units of current, student? SI unit. What is the SI unit of current?
Ampere.
Ampere. Amperes. So I is equal to Q by T. This is how I define coulombs per second. That is equal to ampere. Ampere, a capital letter, means it is the name of a scientist. To honor him, the unit has been given. So the instrument, which is used to measure the current. What is the instrument which we use? If a question is, name the device used to measure electric current. What is the name of that?
Meter.
Ammeter. You have seen ammeter, and it is always connected in series, students. We will explain what it means. Connected in series in the circuit. Always note down, these are important points or questions which will be asked in the exam. Connected in series. Next question, calculate the number of electrons constituting 1 coulomb of charge. This question is important, was asked in the paper. I just did that for you. Actually, we should tell you that the charge of 1 electron is how much? I just gave you the number.
6 into 10 is power 18.
Charge of 1 electron is 1.6 into 10 minus 19 coulombs. 1 electron carries a charge of 1.6 10 minus 10. Then 1 coulomb will be how much? Charge of 1 electron, I am saying, is how much? Then 1 coulomb will contain how many electrons? 1 by 1.6 into 10 minus 19 electrons. What is the value coming for? How much did
6 into 10 is power 18.
Approximately 6. Approximately I'm saying 6 into 10 power 18 electrons. See the interesting thing, student, that 1 coulomb will carry so many electrons. 1 coulomb will carry so many electrons. So 1 ampere means, when I say 1 ampere means 1 coulomb of charge flows for 1 second. Another important thing. Here, let me explain to you certain more information. What I'm trying to say, student, that 1 ampere will mean equal to 1 coulomb by 1 second. Clear? When 1 coulomb of charge flows for 1 second, that is 1 ampere. That is called 1 ampere. Okay? And sometimes we will use, student, small quantities of current. Small quantities of current. How do we measure them? Small quantities of current. You will see in the books like MA. What is that called? Milliampere. Milliampere, student. What is milliampere? Milli means what, student? 10 power minus
Small.
3 ampere. 1/1000th of ampere. Milliampere. And they will also use, student, another symbol. I say 1 microampere. What is this microampere? What is micro? Still smaller. Micro, small current, micro ampere. What will be microampere, student? It will be still smaller than that. How much it will be? Do you have any idea about this? You know what is micro? Micro means, student, we'll use a lot of micro in our. What is micro? Micro is 10 minus 6, student. 10 power minus 6 ampere. Important question has been asked in the exam. Note down. Milliampere and microampere. Note down, students. I hope now you have got the idea very clearly. What is electricity? What is electric current? What is electric circuit? These three important points. And what are the SI units of electric current? What are the SI units of charge, time, and how many electrons are there in 1 coulomb of charge? Any doubt here, students?
No, sir.
So this is the first introductory lecture, students, which ends up with top questions which we have done. And in the next class, we will discuss more about electric potential, potential difference, electrical energies, and certain symbols which are used in electricity. And we will also talk about Ohm's law and many other things. Meanwhile, you start doing home exercise and homework on electricity. The basic fundamentals are important, and whatever questions are likely to be asked, we will discuss them in the coming classes. Okay, then I will meet you in the next class. Thank you very much. You answered most of the questions. Bye-bye, and I will meet you tomorrow, next class. Okay.
Bye, sir.